We're a new city, we're a growing city,
right.
and the district energy was actually the first part when we're talking about reducing our carbon footprint. The energy that was generated from our thermal plant at City Hall was there to service the area that was around us, and as that's taking place, we're growing that system that's there. And we're taking a look at it in a bigger sense. We're not just taking a look at it just from what the district energy does with the greenhouse gas. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about our biofuel plant. That is the first closed loop plant in all of North America that's going to actually provide the renewable natural gas for some of the boilers that'll be taking place that's there. And it's going to do something in 2018 that my head is still spinning to think about the fact that as a corporation at the end of 2018, we'll be able to report out that we're actually a carbon neutral city as a corporation.
We're the infancy stage of this, and I think the secret to getting it off the ground is having a united council and some really good staff to work with you. We became a Smart 21 city. We also started laying dark fiber to change our economy once we started losing all our sawmills, and district energy is just another piece of that. We've linked all our learning centers, our college, the Justice Institute, our learning hospitals. We've linked it all with dark fiber, competing incredibly with the big telcos, bringing different industries in there. And so the district energy is just another component of that. We partnered with the Royal Columbian Hospital, $1 billion expansion going there. The workforce is going to double it's going to go from about 1,500 to 2,500. And we have our last piece of real estate left is about a 40-acre piece, Sapperton Green, right on the SkyTrain. Right. So our district energy is going to tie all of that together. And so it's all part of the new economy that we're creating. And you can only do that when you have teams that work together, staff and council.
With the Olympics coming, it really drove us to do our absolute best. Producing something that's business as usual wouldn't have been acceptable in those circumstances. And it gave us the opportunity as a local government to really take on a project or initiative that would be a little bit scary and risky, typically for a local government to do. And of course, having an anchor load and the deadline really helped to accelerate the decision making. I mean, it had its own set of challenges trying to develop the first system that recovers waste heat from sewage within a really tight timeline. Was challenging. Trying to get through the public process and get all our stakeholders on board was really challenging too, but it was absolutely a gift, and without it, it would have been, I think, more difficult to have had success.
Our first system, Alexandra District Energy system, was a great success, and one of the reasons why we moved in this direction is that there is a development pace in Richmond over the last, I don't know anymore, is it 5, 10, 15 years? It just doesn't want to stop. But the main driver is really adoption of overall climate change goals.
We've installed a Thermonex energy sharing system in our city center campus, we call it. So it's a core of buildings in our city center. And that system is sharing the heating and cooling among these buildings. And the benefits have been outstanding for the city of Coquitlam in terms of our greenhouse gas reduction, as well as cost avoidance and minimizing that operating and maintenance costs associated with our infrastructure. And the system itself is modular and scalable, so the long-term projections for what the system can achieve for us in our city center core is really quite impressive and outstanding.
So you have Lego blocks you can continue to build. And
we do, absolutely. And as a growing city, a rapidly growing city with very ambitious greenhouse gas reduction targets, having that scalability and modular component is incredibly important.
Our city, North Van, just across the inlet here, is about 20 years old now, and we have about 5 million square feet of heating and cooling. And it was actually quite an innovative idea at the time. We had a bunch of brownfield development in Lower Lonsdale that we wanted to redevelop. We didn't want to have each building have their own individual boilers, or even worse, using high-value energy such as electricity to heat the building. So we thought, what can we do better to be more efficient and to reduce our carbon footprint? So a couple of us went over to Europe, saw the systems there. We came back here. We got some talented people. Ben Temmons, our our manager there, who is a great leader and engineer, put together a system of mini plants. So we don't have one main plant, we have mini plants that can basically heat the water with natural gas. And so all the new building in Lower Lonsdale was able to be hooked to that in quite a short order, which was great. Now we can transition over to more sustainable fuels. So we're using solar, geothermal. We've got a plan to take all the waste heat from our new wastewater treatment plant that's being built. So we're hopefully going to be at basically 100% of our base load carbon-free by the end of 2020. So we're really moving forward as trying to reduce our carbon footprint more than anything. We had a council that wanted to do better. We had a community that wanted to do better.
Right.
We had a private sector partner that wanted to do better. So it all came together so that we could really take that step. But I have to admit, I had really no idea what I was getting into as a politician. And it was great to have the talented staff to help us guide, to make us these decisions, because you can go wrong, you can make mistakes. So getting talented people and talented partners is really critical. And we've got something now that we have one of the lowest costs of energy anywhere in British Columbia, and we're really proud of it.